Hey, welcome in, welcome in. 1 o'clock. This is 1 o'clock somewhere. 1 o'clock my time. Can I get a sound check, pretty please? Sound check, sound check. Hello. Oh, wait. I gotta make sure that the chat. Just bear with me here. Okay, there we go. Sound is good. Thank you, Tico. Thank you very much. I will warn you in advance. I got some allergies, and I'm drinking a big cup of coffee too at the same time. So if I make a little break in between, it's because I'm just replenishing. Good, excellent. Perfect. Welcome in, everybody. Benadryl. Yeah, exactly. Funny thing is, I think most of you know that I kind of like the game of golf. I remember I went in for an allergy test at one point in my adult life, and they're like, by the way, you're allergic to a bunch of different varieties of trees and grass. I'm like, yeah, that's why I'm always sniffling when I'm on the golf course. Hey, Diego. And I'm typically not a person who likes to take any form of medication over the counter or otherwise, unless I'm really got the flu or something like that. Garish, I also emailed you back, sir. Uh, Charles, I think you said you were missing some items in your platform. I should have added those. That's funny, Joe. Cool, good. See, one of the cool, well, one of the advantages I actually should say about attending uh, these events, besides us getting to know each other a little bit, is I've been known to go, hey, I'm playing with a certain item, and if you don't necessarily have it, I go, well, let's get you that kind of thing. So I've been known to do that in the past, and if there's the sniffles again. Yeah. I like I said, Gresh, I emailed you, and I think I'm not sure whether you're on the correct plan, but I can switch you over to it, and then you can take advantage of it right through your platform. So easy. No, Sylvia does not join us on Thursdays. Just again, coffee break here. You can kind of look at Monday's technical. Thursday is non-technical, if you will. So I come across this from a completely non-technical side of things. I'm not techie by any stretch of the imagination, other than I like gadgets. I love gadgets. Do I know how to use them? No, I just like having them. Probably like most of us, right? I got this Galaxy Fold phone, and you watch the commercials. It can do all sorts of stuff, and I'm like, oh, that is so cool. But I answer and view emails and make text and use text messages. So it's funny, right? So we can have it, but do we use it to its full potential? So that's kind of who I am. Silvio's the exact opposite. He reads in code. He literally reads in code. So whenever I'm chatting with him one on one, and for whatever reason we have to get into seeing something, he goes, just go to the source. I He tells me how to get there. I go in there, and he goes, okay. He goes, now scroll. I'll tell you when to stop, kind of thing. And you're just looking at it going, you're reading this thing. This is why it is so important. Even though I don't have the technical side, that's shame on me, because there's a part of my platform that I could know even that much better. But I was always a little bit intimidated because I've tried to self-taught some CSS code, and I could copy and paste with the best of us, but it's fumbling around. When I saw him, I don't know if anybody's attended his Mondays. It sounded like it. When he actually went into our platform, pulled up the base skeleton CSS, and then started doing just these little itty bitty things, and then boom, it's such a dramatic change. I was like, I gotta learn this. I gotta learn this. So for those of you who are not unaware, he is setting up a CSS course. Oh my God. I think all of us were like, are you kidding me? Give me a course. It's it's like going to university, but or college, and having a professor go, listen, why don't we I'm going to teach you off to the side, and I'm not going to charge you this thousands of dollars in tuition fees. That's kind of what it is, right? That's learning from Silvio. So any of you get the chance to chance means financially jump on his course. Anything like I'm sure we've all been the same thing. Anytime you can invest in yourself, you're gonna move forward. How about you use an example? I like to use it as golf coach. If I hire a golf coach and paid them $175 an hour, do you think I'm missing that golf appointment? No. Do you think I'm going to be paying attention? Yes. Why? Because I just paid $175 to pay attention. I've used that as a trainer in the gym. Do you want to go to the gym? No, pay a trainer. But I can't afford it. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You don't want to afford it. Pay a trainer, and then what are you going to do? Well, it's almost like forcing me to go to the gym. Exactly. You gotta force yourself into doing stuff that is not necessarily comfortable in order to this. That's in my life anyway. Diego, he is. I just talked with him today. He's working on it right now, and he's going to be using our academy for it. So if you can kind of look at it, this is how I'm looking at it. Even I can't get Silvio's the amount of time to go, Silvio, will you take it this look at the website, and then can we go to the CSS, and then can we adjust it? That's never even a conversation. Never even a conversation. But to know now that I'm going to get to sit on a course where I could be able to send him my website. He'll look at it and go, let's go to the CSS right here. Everybody else follow along. Hey, I can follow along, right? And you start typing in stuff. You type it in. You don't necessarily need to know it, right? You type it in and know that it creates something. You go, well, that's awesome. Save. There's a template because you just saved the code. So when you have that code in there, whatever it's for, right? So you go CSS code, whatever. So template. Now you know you have that to start with. So any website that you build or template going forward, or template that you offer to people because it's white label, they're gonna, oh wow, you got a brand new template. They're not going to know that it's a CSS code that you just grabbed off of Silvio. I think he's going to charge somewhere around like one-time fee, like for his full course, something like $400 all day long. That's the no-brainer one, because now I get to go in and do it and make templates out of it, learn all this kind of thing, take it, use my product management, as we all have gone over, use my product management, put a price tag on that template. And then now I'm going to make more money than the $400 I did on his course. And then now I have this Silvio person that's going to take a look at my websites. He'll take a look at one, he'll critique it, he'll help me with it. And so at the end of the day, I no longer need Silvio for that. Now I'm the expert. And guess what you just did? Now you made your own course, and then now so on and so forth, or you profit from it. So hopefully this Monday. Let's see. Philippines, awesome. I recognize you. Let me just see here. Hey, Diego. How can I sure get the link? If you're getting, Joe, if you're getting the invites to this, then just check your emails. You'll get the invite to the Monday ones. And then also, I will pop in the Monday one here as we get towards the end of this one. People asking $50 for some lines of CSS here. Yeah. It's just, you feel like an expert, right? It's like you stepping on a golf course and birding the first hole, and you've never actually played golf before. You just went to the driving range, and all of a sudden you're like, well, this is easy. I'm going to feel like I'm an expert. So take advantage of it when you can. Now, that's what all our journey is, if you will. It's us creating something, us offering something at a wholesale price that you get to take, and you get to upsell it for profits, whatever you want. You've heard us mention Vendasta. That's exactly how Vendasta works, just on a larger scale. Now we got a product that's going for $699 a month over into there, so you can kind of see what kind of prices it can command. But Vendasta is literally that. People take our product, they're paying Vendasta up to $1,600 a month or something crazy like that, and then now they get it at a wholesale price. So let's say that's $699. We're going to sell it to them for $399. They now can take the $399 and they could actually upsell it to whatever price that they want. Somebody could just come into Vendasta and buy us for $700 a month. But as a wholesaler or as a reseller over on Vendasta, the whole thing why Vendasta exists is so somebody takes our product and go, okay, great, I'm going to upsell this to my audience and I'm going to sell it at $2,000 a month because I know I can get it. I'm going to sell it at this. That's exactly what is going on over at Vendasta. So it's a good business model. So you got the same ones in your pockets right now. All right. Joe, there should be a link. Yes, thank you, Cindy. Yes, sometimes we put the links on there, and then sometimes, I'm going to be honest, we can forget. Just a sec. Okay. All right. So as you're seeing from my fancy agency website into here, just picking up where we left off. Hopefully everybody has gone in and at least started their agency website. I remember last time there was a handful that said, hey, I haven't even started it. I hadn't even got it going. So hopefully that should usually be your first task. Let's get my agency website out. Look at some of the YouTube videos for the SEO so you can follow along with SEO from Silvio. Pull that video up at the same time. Go to your SEO. Go to the places that he says and start doing that kind of stuff. And at least now you have a website out there, right? Okay, so let's get to this. Let's go over to it. And everybody is seeing this in full screen, yes? Yes. Okay, cool. Now I just got to go find it with all my tabs open. Here we go. Okay. And I'll pop back in every so often for something to see if everybody is following along. Okay, so let me go to the top of this one. Now, as I mentioned, I was not going to be going over anything, fancy. Hey, you take what we create here, and then now you use Silvio's course, and then now you do some CSS, and then also too on a side note, I've made it 10 years with this thing and never learned CSS. So this is the one part where I slightly disagree with Silvio, if you will. I don't need to know anything about SEO, not SEO, about CSS or HTML to be able to do a kick-ass freaking website that somebody else who sees it will think, if they know anything about those words, will think that I've done some CSS, done some coding, think that I'm an expert. Now, if I'm able to do more, well, then that's just, that's even more. But perception on the other side of, like a customer looking at it, they're going to think that I'm already top notch. So I don't need it. But boy, like I said, after seeing how easy it actually is with Silvio, it's like, well, now I want it. So anyway, so we've gone over the home page. Let me see here, which is just this one right in here. Remember, I put the image in there. You're going to use a sec here. Excuse me. You're going to put in your own content, and by now we all know there's plenty of content that's out there that what is mobile first, what is adaptive. You're going to go on there. And you want to make this thing not too verbiage, but again, I'm not going to tell you how to create your own website because everybody's a little bit different. All right. So number one, we went over the home screen. Now, one of the nice things that I like to do is I like putting buttons on places where somebody actually just wants to now go in and like, hey, you know what? I just want to go and buy now. I like to do that one where it's like scroll to the section. Obviously, that one took me off. No, I don't want to view that stuff. Just a sec here. Let me go back. I got lost. Just a sec here. All right. So I like using. I should have realized that it wasn't that one. A when I put buttons, I could scroll to the internal section. So I like doing that a lot whenever I can. I don't have any of this information, And as I mentioned before, do your exit intent pop up, make it the very last thing that you do, or you're always going to be battling it over here on the site maker. Okay, excuse me there. So I also went over where I had a mobile one right into here and a desktop header. I went over that too as well. The content block, I think that's where I put in the buttons. It's sounding like that's where I put in the buttons. Another good thing to do is always kind of name your widget. So you can come back to this website and a week from now, and you'll be able to find out any what widget has what on it easily. This is new. Move to another page. Okay, that's slightly new. I think that has to do with the recycle one. This is where you're going to put in your own content, your own details. We went over that. We put that image into there, and then see there where you can do external link. You can do a scroll to a certain page section. I kind of like those. I'm a big fan of that, especially if you're doing like landing pages or anything like that. So either way, nothing too difficult at all. Let's go back to the home. Now, we got to decide then. Let's go back into all the pages. Like, as you can tell, I'm not going to go over, hey, how do I do a column of text or you do anything like that. We're all well past that one, right? But one of the things that you do have is mobile first websites, do it yourself, built for you. So do it yourself. Now, this is the one where you're going to notice prices, list, columns of text. Okay. So your do it yourself is obviously where you're going to start to put in some plans. So you got some prices into here. You can use prices or one, or you can use plans. Let's kind of go in and kind of take a look at some. All right. So we'll start at the very beginning. And I know I already have some plans over up into here. Let's go ahead and add a widget. Blog, buttons, e-commerce. Prices. There's one way to show it. Plans. This is the reseller one. So when you're using plans as your way to get your price across, plans you actually get to go in, and then it is going to grab whatever plans that you want to show on it. Prices is more you editing it and filling out your own information of what you wanted to do. All right. So this is where you get to now do your own experiment, like the full list. Do I want it to just a sec here, save. These features will all start to pop up all up in here is where, wait, I got to go where I have the widget. Anyway, just bear with me here. Let me go down. So this is where you're going to use the plans, the start free trial, the buy now. If you want any of this information in here, you obviously just fill it out. Now, one of the main things that I do have to state, let's go in intros and plans in here. Plans do it yourself, or plans, free, 14. I'm going to show you one other thing here. Where did I put it? Plan title. That's where I am right down there at the bottom, which is what I thought. Okay. Okay, so let's go to intros and titles, options and plans, start free trial, buy now, additional options. We already know what that is, and save and then update. Now, one thing that I want to kind of mention, sometimes you may be using the widget and you go, well, listen, my plans aren't showing up on my website. What's going on? That is when you actually go over into the plans. That's why it wasn't. So let me go ahead and create a plan. Apparently I made a really new account. Okay, so brand new plan. Okay, user, yes, reoccurring price. I'm gonna get that one right in here. Right here, save. Now, If you want to see it on your website, if you want, I've said this before, but just kind of backtracking. If you want the plan to show up on your website, if you want a customer to kind of see it when they go to register, is it visible at registration? Hey, the drop down box will come in and you can give them multiple choices. You're going to want to make sure that that's visible. You're going to want to make sure that it is buyable in the platform. If you do not do that, then it will not show up. So you use this plan widget and you're like, wait a minute, why isn't it coming up? And it's just a simple little thing like this. Typically it's buy it in the platform. Okay. So my plans. And let's create another plan, or we can go here. Let's clone this plan. Go over in here. I'll just keep that as a clone. We'll add the progressive web apps to it as well. We'll maybe do the CRM shaded out, save. Okay, so at least now I got a couple of plans in there. So now I'm going to go back into the site. Go here. Oh, wait, I was doing it right in here. So obviously, in case you're curious what this is, it's like you're building out your own Wix, you're building out your own Shopify, you're building out, folks, when you got probably $1 trillion industry for mobile first, there is no shortage of business out there. It'll never stop. It's just whether you can kind of get in and go find it, and then over time create yourself an agency. Like a Wix wasn't, they didn't get 1 million subscribers overnight. Neither did GoDaddy, neither did anything. You're just trying to carve out your own little niche market where you have, a couple hundred users that are paying you, $10, $20 a month, and you're making $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month off this darn thing, right? It's almost like your retirement fund, if you will. There's just so many ways, but we'll get into that later webinars too as well. So we got the plan, we got titles. All right, so now you see something new in here that wasn't new before, right in here. The brand new title, brand new plan cloned. So this is where you can now go ahead and say, I want this plan shown, or I don't want it shown. So let's say you had a list of 20 plans. I can go, well, I'm going to want this one as blue, and I'm going to hide it. If I unhide it, then I see it. Let's make this one a different color. Let's go yellow. That one, save and update. And there you go. See how they all came out like that? Real nice and neat. It would be nice. Yes, I know that if we could actually go in and edit these just a little bit, that would be nice. But you see it all comes up into here, all nice and neat. And then there's a yellow one, which is cool. Put on your sunglasses. But you see right in there. Super, super simple, super easy. I now get to adjust it how I want it. Again, it's your preference, if you will, right? It's your preference. Now, I'll give you a side note, right? So using product management is so efficient, I guess it would be the best way, right? So you see you have all this planned and you gave all the whatever you gave on it, right? Well, once you get into your product management and you start going, well, let's leave bookings, for example. Like you didn't include bookings with the plan. Okay, go to product management. In product management, add booking. Okay, add booking. Maybe you'll add booking system on a monthly price and add booking at maybe an annual price. Now, here's what happens. When a person gets in on your plan, they're going around through their system. They're going to see the booking widget. They're going to click on it. And through the product management, what will pop up is essentially two options. Monthly, my booking widget at whatever price you want to charge. Annual, my booking widget at whatever you want to charge. And maybe you added a third option where if you bought now, you'll get whatever other widget you want to include on it for free. That's where you use the plans and you use product management at the same time. So your system is trying the upsell. Now, with that same train of thought, you then have email copy, you have marketing material, you have things to actually send out to people. You could take one of our booking widget videos, send that out to social media, say, hey, look what I have. Again, we'll talk about those later on. But that's using product management. And product management does take a lot of fine tuning. So always play around with your product management and know that product management takes over anything. So it'll circumvent a plan. All right. And then just play around with it a lot, and you'll see what you actually can do and get this platform to work with you. All right. Additional options. We know that one. If I wanted to go mobile, desktop, additional style, if I wanted any kind of animation flying in, which I do not. And that's using plans. Super easy. And the top one is more like prices. Let's go over and see any questions. All right, now I'm coming back to see if we got any questions here. I'm just scrolling up. Bear with me. People asking 50K. I'm on Diego. Yes. When you get a chance, where do I enable the add to home screen option? Is this option available? Joe, awesome. What a nice thing that I'm liking about this is people are answering for me, so appreciate that. Yeah, that is when you create the PWA. I'm as you all probably know, my favorite feature is the PWA. I was doing more research on it actually today too as well. I mean, it's just amazing some of the conversion rates that some companies are getting using it. Well, just makes sense, right? If you could put an app on your phone or not on your phone, which do you choose? If it's your business, let's just say it's your business. Well, app on a phone, I'm going to choose that 100% of the time. Your customer, it's up to them, kind of thing, right? But so that's, I mean, I just love a PWA. Name me a better way to share your concept, your idea, your vision, your company, your whatever. Name a better way of sharing it than pointing your phone at my phone and then sharing it that way. Adding the home screen is a great feature. I've also been reading a lot about how it's because like a native app is not indexed by Google, but yet PWAs are. It's just now in the beginning stages of, and we're going to get there too as well, where you can put this in Apple Play Store and you can put this in the Google Play Store. It's coming, right? Again, history's already told us. Go all the way back, and I know because I was one. I remember when apps were a thing, and you wanted to download every gosh darn thing. Everybody knew about the App Store, right? So now it's happening again, but with PWA. So, Mark, let's go in and And the one thing that, and then iOS is, as you may have heard from us before, their latest update is to be more PWA friendly. So they're getting there. They're getting there, and that also tells you, if they were sitting waiting, if you will, for it to, transpire, and then now Apple's like, yeah, we're last, but we're getting on board. So that should kind of tell you, right? Joe, it's not a separate widget. Yeah, it's in the PWA. Once you actually create a PWA, it's right there. Our actual creation of a PWA is thoughtless. Come on, it is, right? It's build a website, click a button. Now you got a PWA as long as you have that SSL. So it's pretty easy. The clients should be stammering for it. Folks, we are about to come back, and I'll give you guys all a heads up on it too as well. So we are coming, our PWA is coming back to JVZoo, quite frankly, because in JVZoo, and we're no longer working with the Todd Grosses and stuff, although they want to promote us down the road, they're more than welcome to. But the PWA is in JVZoo. It's been in there for a couple of years. And recently, I mean, last night I got 25 requests to be an affiliate. The night before that was 20. So I'm getting between 5, 6 to 20 affiliate requests per day to sell the PWA. So again, you start looking at the signs and everything, right? Um, the it's coming. So yeah, if a client gets a website with the option repeat, is the client able to create the PWA? Is that done by us? Uh, I'll answer these questions, but keep in mind that we are doing kind of white label. But you ask a question, I'm going to answer it no matter no matter what, as long as it's not personal. So if a client gets a website with the option for PWA, is the client able to create the PWA? Is that done by us? That is, it all depends on. So remember, everybody here talking to you as if you're white label. So it's your customer doing it themselves. Your customer does it themselves. You just set up the plan and they go in and do it themselves. They build it out themselves. Mark saying, thanks for that. But for some reason, I'm not seeing that in my test PWAs. Do you have screenshots you can share or link to live PWA take? I'm not sure. Test PWAs. I'm not sure what you're meaning, Joe, also by a test PWA. Because a PWA, you have to put a domain on it and an SSL on it. So here's my confusion, Joe, is that most people don't put a domain in SSL until they actually, and by the way, make that a tip. Don't domain, don't SSL anything until you're pretty much going, I am done and ready to go. Let's now install my SSL and then domain. So make a little note of that one too as well. So I'm not sure, but Joe, basically once you have the PWA set up, now there's one little thing about it is not all phones devices operate the same. So the way that for example, there's some PWAs that as soon as I go there, up pops up the add to home screen. There's some that I go to and I don't even know it's a PWA until I start scrolling. But again, I'm on the website, right? I'm going to be scrolling through the website. And as I scroll a little bit, the browser then picks up on that it's a PWA, and then I install it right then and there. And you can do it on your desktop and all devices, essentially. So it all depends on the browser and the device being used. Okay, Mark, if you have a white label record, you can have your clients ask. Exactly. To me, the PWA is a great use of the product management unless I'm focusing on I have a PWA agency, right? Build your website and then click of a button, turn it into a progressive web app. And then also listen to what I've been saying about affiliate marketers wanting the PWA. So you've got a lot of stuff that you can kind of put out to your marketing, your social media, your anything like that. All right. If you submit a support ticket with us, and there's definitely always that. What support is good at is obviously knowing the platform, and they'll also let you know if it's a user error, paid support, or direct you to the answer. Pretty soon we will. Well, I can't say soon, but sooner rather than later, we're working on a support and sales bot with AI. So now imagine having all your support questions, even though we're here. Imagine you have all your support questions on your website, right? Where any support question, somebody could just get answered right on the fly through AI. And at the same time, ask a sales question, and then it branches off and goes into the sales part of it. And then now your little AI bot is not only doing your customer service, but it's also doing sales for you. I'm very excited about that part. Very excited about that part. Okay, can we add our own products or services to the plan? Oh, of course. Yes, of course, Don. Yep. Product management. Again, it has to be in the system, right? It has to be a feature part of the product management will pick up on, but product management, yeah. So I always like to go, I'm going to set up a demo white label user, a demo white label personal. And then I start making plans and I go, I'm going to include all this plan. And then I go over to product management and I just go, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to start doing things and then logging in, seeing what it looks like as a user, seeing what it looks like as a white label owner, and then start going, oh, what if I did this? What if I did that? And um, that's how you do it, if you will. Always decide. Cindy's is an expert on this platform, by the way, folks. She's a very, very, very smart woman. Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. Thank you, Cindy. That's right. It's bundles, right? That's the good thing about the product management is bundles. Now we're working on another feature. Who knows when it'll come? Hopefully, this makes sense to you. All right, you're a white label owner. You have users. Say you did a plan where somebody got 5 websites. Great, they got 5 websites. And let's say there's a couple of one widget that's not available and it's up for sale. That person with the 5 sites, that plan buys that upsell widget. That now goes to all 5 websites. The way it stands now, what we're looking at doing is going another feature, which would be you want to add XYZ widget to your 5 sites. You can only add it per site. So if you can think as a white label owner, it's more money for you. Let's go with a site that doesn't have e-commerce. Where it goes, I want e-commerce on site number one. Great, they bought it, but that just goes to site number one. Site number two does not have e-commerce. They go, I want it on my site number two. They now bought it for site two, but they only have it for the two. The other 3 websites are like, I don't need it for whatever reasons. And we're working on that too as well. I'm going to love that feature. I think everybody will too as well. Yes, it does, Vince. It has to have SSL. These are not our rules. Must have an SSL. Yes. Every website has to have an SSL. Anybody go to a website recently that doesn't have an SSL and actually continue on past your warning? You know, the safety, you're entering an unsecure site. Anybody go to that? Even if you probably knew where it came from, what are the odds you're still going to go, I've done it. People have go send me an example. I'm like, I'm not clicking on that. I'm not. So it's unsecure, if you will. And that's a great thing about our platform is all the links are core H. Now you can't use the core link too as well for PWA, but what a great way to show somebody. So you're sending somebody an HTTPS core link. You don't even have to deal with it, right? The customer doesn't think about it. Don, can you add extra information? Okay, I think you may have answered my question. Thank you, Mark, and especially e-commerce sites. Okay, perfect. Moving on. So that's the plans widget. Super, super easy, super simple. Let's go over to here. Let's see what else I wanted to do. Okay, now another widget, and I have it right into here. I'm going to show you the difference. Now let me move this over to here. Let's go over into prices. Price is a little bit more freeing, if you will. You're putting in the information, so it again, it depends on how you want to use it, right? Like that's all design. That's all up to you. We go to intros and titles, plans maybe with white with there we go, prices list. So now let's go in and go and show you what. Add a new price grid, which is essentially I'll just click on this and kind of go to it. Now you see how you have a lot more options. Free plan. I mean, this is the kind of thing where you get to grab like the pages. I'll go over that later on later ones where each one of your pages in your website is essentially a website in of itself. So it allows you to take the URL with that certain page and just share that. And essentially you're sharing that page of your website, but the entire website comes over. But just that initial link that you shared with somebody is the one that opens initially. And then the person can, curiosity go through your website. So it's really cool. So when you're building a website through us, you're building several webs. Not only we're not talking about for the desktop and the mobile, we're not talking that part. When you're building a website, you're building multiple pages. Each page is essentially its own website. You put them all together, and then you got your book, right? You got the front, you got the back, and then you got all the middle pages. So that is most people don't think of that or even realize that that is going on, but that is actually what's going on. And when you find that the best websites are the ones that actually are designed that way by a page. So anyway, it's a great thing for little landing pages is this right here, price info, a product, whatever you want to do, free plan, price, period, original price, the period, price main color, the price text color, just your freedom to write in information. It's one of the things I like to do when I'm just trying to see visually where things go as I just copy and paste and I go, well, I wonder what this is going to look like. I take it because I don't know. This time I figured it all out. Trial link. I wonder what that looks like. Control C, put that in there. Special highlight. I wonder what that does, what it doesn't does. Trial. Let's see what over into here. And then I see how I like it. But that's using your prices widget. So let's go to that one. Brand new free. Those are the other ones. So let's go here. Plans made with this. And so you can see right into here. Have that. I got the information I would type in. There's the trial. There's the free plan. Personal. Didn't really like that. Don't really like that. That would be a lot of times. Sometimes actually on the site maker that'll happen, but on the real one it doesn't do that. And if it does doing this to your website, you will send in a support ticket. All right. So those are just some examples of how you want to use it. It's obviously completely always completely up to you. So those are the do-it-yourself, and that's the difference between the plans and the prices. Do probably all right. Okay, a couple minutes left here. And let's list this columns of text. Nothing here. Now let's go into the another widget that I want to show that you only get as the reseller, and those are the ones that are right in here, like the reseller and templates. Right now, templates we will go over. I know Silvio has gone over it. Now, especially for his course, I think building, if I had to pick one thing that it would be the best thing, it's going to be able to, it's going to make me a template expert. It's going to make me a template master. So you get his course, you follow along with his course. I stated this earlier, but now just follow really along and think of product management because you could make every single template have a price. Now, you have followed along. All of a sudden, at the end of whatever, the course, you've gotten 10 new templates with different CSS that now you're off and wild because you know CSS enough to be deadly. Now, not only will you be deadly in that, you're going to be part of a very finite group of people that are going to lean on each other. Hey, maybe I found this code. Oh, perfect. I found this code. Oh, perfect. Hey, Silvio, this code's not working. Can you help us? This. You see what you're going to get on it, right? So if you go templates, now I got templates. Wow, this thing is a gorgeous template. I'm now going to put a price on it. And then now you're like a WordPress theme store. What do they go for? $99 a pop? Usually one-time payment for a new one. And then now also think constant communication, constant marketing. You got a brand new template. You got to show it off to the world. Hey, look what you can do with the platform. Go grab yourself a free plan. All of a sudden, you got a bunch of people coming to your site on a free plan and using the platform to upsell them. Where can you do that? There's your homework. Where can you do that? I don't know. So, features is another one. It'd be great for us to be able to option, edit it a little bit more. Oh, yes, I forgot. We've actually did do that by doing this. So show only these features. And then now you got, these are my bottom, my product management. I think these are complete food ordering. Yes. And so now you can start going, well, my intros and titles, features. Columns. Save update. All righty. Looking for features. Bear with me here. There we go. Features starting to come out. See, it's already got some CSS on it. Oh, that's looking nice. Oh, that's kind of nice. Okay, email. Ah, interesting. All right, and so I decided I want to use these. I save and update this darn thing, and then now I got features, if you will, and then kind of go back over to here, and we'll leave it kind of like uh, that one, the features one. Alrighty. And then again, always whenever you're putting in your menu title, make sure you put in your menu title, your header title, and then do a custom page URL, such as this right there. Enter the URL such as home or page. You just have to do that. This works, and then it actually will label the page too. All right. Alrighty. Super simple. I mean, this setting up an agency is really meant to go piece by piece by piece. Then you have it done, and then now you're sitting over in creating landing pages, which we'll do that later on too as well. I'll show you easy. I'll show you how easy it is to create a landing page and how you could. Okay, I'm going to show you how to make easy landing pages. I'm going to show you how to put how to be a dropshipper extraordinaire. Do you want to put the time? You want to put the effort? You want to do the stuff that you need to do outside of the platform? The marketing, anything like that. Then I'm going to show you a lot of different ways how you're going to be able to put a product up in about 5 minutes. I mean, I do it all day. I used to do it all day long, so I'll show you all that kind of stuff. Dropshipping on this thing is super simple. All right, let's see if I got any more questions. And everybody's been answering them as we go. All right, thank you. Yes, yes, Vincent, Don, you can add extra, especially Scotty. Thank you so much for doing these. Oh, thank you, Don. Thank you. Hey, it gives me people to talk to that aren't 2 and 3 year olds or barking at me. That's my dogs. I have like a Rottweiler, a bulldog, and a little mini Aussie. It's my Rottweiler, which is a kick ass. He's my third one. I'm a big Rottweiler fan. And then my other dogs have like crystal clear blue eyes. It's kind of cool. All right. Any questions for me? Let me go ahead and also get Monday's webinar. Get Monday's webinar. There we go. All right. Here is Monday's webinar. Okay. And then I'm going to also get you all this one. Sec here. This is the Academy pre-sales webinar. Oh, also, the Academy pre-sales webinar. If you do have an interest in our academy, like purchasing it, right? Please attend the webinar. If you don't have an interest in it, right? Please don't attend the webinar. Know that after we're going to go over Academy, we're going to have our own webinar where we'll go over it. But for the sales one, if you really don't, you're like, no, I don't want to, or maybe later on. That way, we leave some seats open for people. And don't worry, we're going to go over the Academy in depth. So there's that one, and then now let me get one last one right into here. Sec here. Sec, I'm just getting you one more link. It's for the next our next white label one, and that is going to go. Editing it right now. Make sure. Mm-hmm. Oh, actually, no. It won't be until the 31st. It won't be until the 31st. Will be the next one. Let me get you that. Okay. And grab the link for you here. All right. And here is for right there. Right there. Okay. There you have the August 31st. The next week, we'll actually be doing the Academy. And next, this upcoming Monday, Silvio should have his CSS course ready to go. So I'm looking forward to that too. You get the replay. If you also go to the YouTube channel, you can subscribe. Yes, yes, yes. If you would, just thanks, Mark. The best way is go to our YouTube channel and then watch that presentation afterwards. Definitely do that one for sure. Because even if you're like, well, I don't know. I mean, you're going to be have the chance of. It's like buying a franchise, folks. I mean, when we bring up the academy, who wants to be a part of academy? Well, me. Everybody does, right? Why? Because they know that the rest of the world is big on academies, big on teaching, big on all those kind of places, right? Well, why not be your own? Not only do you do it for yourself, now let's have it where I can have other people who can now come to and then put their courses, or even better, white label, let them build their own, right? I'm a big, big advocate. If we could just get everybody to end up building their own, there would be no Teachable. There would be no Udemy. At the surface, they're great. Yes, they're great for the people who don't have this platform. But what if you could have an academy where now people are being their own? So they're not worried about a competitor. It's their own material, their own content. They're not worried about the parent company coming in and taking a piece of their profits. They're not worried about any of that. It's like, yes, I'm running my own courses on my own for my own. I don't need to be on Teachable. I don't need to be on Udemy. I'm not looking to have a whole bunch of users over on. I'm just looking for my gosh darn self and my company, my employees, my whatever. I'm tired. It's like the Door Dashes and stuff. I'm tired of going someplace else. It's like an Amazon. Go to an Amazon. What are you doing as a consumer? I love it. But as a salesperson, I freaking hate it. Why? Because Amazon is sending you my competitors right beneath me. Right freaking beneath me. Come on. They take so much money. Mobiverse is a solution to so many freaking problems people don't even realize that is well, that is a problem that they realize there's a solution for. And you are part of that to get that knowledge out to people, if you will. Sorry about that. But anyway. Yes, it's a standalone. That is 100%. It is. It's going up. It'll go up against the Teachable and the Udemy's and everything like that, right? So you always ask yourself the most common question, right? When along the topics, would you like to be your own Teachable, or do you want to be on Teachable? Okay. Well, the second question is the cost. Is the cost same? It's actually cheaper. Well, then yeah, of course I want to be my own. You want to be your own Amazon, or do you want to go on Amazon? I like to be my own Amazon and be on Amazon. Great, we got your solution. Why, I'm already on Teachable or Udemy or those. Great, stay there. And then now have all those people that are watching your course set up your own course and then say bye bye to the Teachable. And why do you need them? I don't. Right? Well, watch a commercial on Etsy. Is that your product on Etsy on the commercial? No. Why isn't it? Why is Etsy picking that one product to form their commercial around, and why isn't it you? Because it's a freaking rigged system. It's a totally rigged thing, right? So your chances of succeeding are so far down the road because you got all these people who came before you. Now you got this platform. Yeah, Academy does stand by itself. It sure does, and it's got features that other platforms don't have. I don't even know Academy. I just know some of the features that it has. So yes. All right. If we can't make the date to do work, do we still have to get? Yeah, yeah. You're still willing again, Todd. If you just go to in your platform, you should have our YouTube subscription channel. Just go there and subscribe. I'm usually pretty good as soon as the webinar happens of putting it on our YouTube channel. Uh, Usually within the hour. Oh, you're going to notice, Don, that Academy is also full of ways that you can now go and use AI, grab content, turn it into a course, sell it. Go to your places where you have other affiliate products, if you will, where you can actually sell it, but you're sitting in there going, yeah, I got all these bonuses when I bought something, but they're just sitting in there and I got no use for it. Well, number one, make sure that the product is still available if you got it from JB Zoo. And maybe it's something that you could go ahead and make your own course of it and now start selling it. Right? The academy is the one thing where you're not trying to sell websites, you're trying to sell courses. You're trying to sell the idea of people being able to create their own courses, have their own courses, put their own brand on it, their own domain on it, and then now you're disrupting all those businesses. MobiFirst really can do that. What is the YouTube link? It should be, Ansel, hopefully in your platform. Let me see if I can actually. Not an easy one for me to actually find. I got so many links up. It should be in your platform though. Hey, maybe I even have it in this one. Let me just check here. Let me go see. I don't think so. Yeah, this is my demo one, so I don't have it in here. So I do. Let me try and find that for you. Let me stop sharing. Oh, thanks, Mark. Thank you. Okay, now before we call it a day, is there anything anybody would like to go over on our next webinar? We're getting close to the end of, showing you all the different white label things. It's going forward. It's how to use them. We'll get in and we'll play around with some product management, some more, and some users and stuff like that too, as well, to kind of show you plans. That's what I thought. Yeah, it. That's what I would suspect too, Charles. Product management. Just when you think you got it. If it took, I'm not saying I'm the smartest guy, but I'm not saying I'm the dumbest guy. But okay, wait, y'all, holy shit, product management, man. My whole team didn't know. I think my whole team actually stays away from product management. To tell you the truth, and I even told them, I go, let me do product management. And even with that, I don't know how many times I was going back and forth with Silvio to try to get it straight in my head, because it was such a powerful tool. It wasn't that it was broken, it was just trying to learn it. And then over time, as I played with it more, I don't usually need to play with it, but as I would get in and had to play with it more, I got more knowledge. I started learning it a little bit more. And then even today, I was in playing with it a lot more with a even greater understanding of it. So product management is a really, really cool feature. Quite frankly, you need to have product management, white label, PWA. You need to have booking, and I would be adding academy. When we bring out the academy too, as well, those that don't want a whole other platform, we'll just add the academy to your current platform, so you just have one access point. Make it even easier for you. Cindy, great question. Great question. Cindy's referring to, we have a feature which is called external products. Now, the concept behind that was we were talking with a person and that had a product, third party product, that we actually liked it and we saw its benefits. Okay. So how do we actually get that product out? And that's almost like a JB Zoo, the external products. So it's not finalized, it's not complete, uh, but our external products, yeah, you'll be able to use product management for it. Just give us a little bit before that is actually perfected and used, and then that with affiliate. Oh yeah, by the way, my academy on the annual, you're getting my affiliate system, and then those people that grab that, we're going to be in a very specialized group because we're going to show you how to use the affiliate system to its fullest extent. It's a crazy powerful tool. You throw that in with Academy, you throw that in with your website. Whoa, 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 whoa! You're just getting a chance, folks. And whether you grab it or not, it's always up to yourself, right? But you're starting to get all right. I'm seeing that I can actually invest in something, and that's what you have to do, right? See, this is no longer an investment in the product. The product's here. The product works. This is now more an investment in yourself. No. But yeah, it was something called legal something we were going to use. But yeah, yeah, you'll be able to use it for that. If it's basically product management, if it's on the platform, you'll be able to use it. You've seen many things that we're working on, and we will get around to it, such as the Twitter bot, the Instagram bot. Probably bring back out SMS marketing. Yeah, I've mentioned this before, but his next idea is an app that allows you to essentially put up your two middle fingers to DoorDash. No, wait. No, to VRBO, which will then lead to the DoorDashes and the rest, because that's all the same kind of concept. But we're going to be coming out with, and thank you, Diego. Diego is like, I have an idea. And I'm like, Diego, I thought about this idea too. So we're on the same page, which is nice. And he's over in Italy. So good. He's in Italy with the same idea. We got the same kind of thing. Silvio agrees with it. And it is whether it's a widget or whether it's a module that people can now become their own VRBO. And now you don't have to worry, get off of those insanely high fee places. It's just ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous on that. So then we're gonna develop that thing, and at the same time, I was like, well, that should work for like the DoorDash and all those. And Sylvia's like, oh yeah, it's all the same. It'll be the same kind of concept. So now, if you think about it, if you're a business owner, look at all the different ways that you can be able to get away from all these other places that are just nickel and diming you. So it's pretty neat. Pretty neat. Anybody ever done a VRBO? Go to the checkout. Your $400 for 4 nights just turned into $700 because of $300 in fees. VRBO or Airbnb. Uh, Take a great question. The affiliate one, since that was never ever going to come out, that is only going to be available to those who are coming on the new Academy plan. Now, for those like Keiko that have been with me for a while, um, I don't want to leave it not to you two as well, and I'll figure out something. It'll cost you. I mean, I can't give it. It'll cost you. And I'm only trying to get, I mean, I'm all honesty, I'm only trying to get about 10 people, 10, 15 people at the most. And then maybe after that, I do it one more time, but I only want about 10, 15 people because it's going to be a real serious group with the affiliate system. I'm not kidding you, folks. That affiliate system is worth over $10,000 a month. I ain't kidding. I ain't kidding because that's what we developed it from, and that's the reason why. Number one, it's always been really too expensive to sell, and I'm like, it's such a huge, huge kind of thing I have in my back pocket. So I want to get that out of about 10, 15 people. That's it. That's it. Yes, VRBO similar to Airbnb. So yeah, exactly. But yeah, Takeo, I'll be able to figure out something for those. So if you're like, hey, I have whatever you have, and it's from in the past, uh, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out so you can take advantage of it too. Sounds about right. Yeah, it's just so ridiculously. You know, I was I like to get to the source. So I was when I found out that I got to pay more for these extra cleaning services and stuff. however it is, I found the phone number. I got in communication with an actual guy who was the owner of the cabin. And he goes, "Did you take a look at my site?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Do you see how many people view it?" I go, "Yeah." There's thousands of people. He goes, "And look how many people buy it." He goes, "Everybody views it. But when they get to the checkout and they see that they got to pay for essentially another room, I lose them. I lose them." He goes, "Like, nothing I can do about it." He goes, "Plus, one of them just got bought out from some, booking.com or whatever." And he goes, "Now, not only did they increase my annual to be with them, they're also increasing the amount of money I have to give them from the rental." I go, "How much do you receive?" He goes, "I don't get any of it." He goes, "I get what it is for a room." He goes, "They make more money than I do." Well, that doesn't make sense. He goes, "I know." He goes, "But it's a racket. There's no way around it." He goes, "If you could think of some way around it, you'll have a huge product on your hand that everybody will clamor to do it." Okay. Now, if you think about it as a place to stay, okay. Now, do you want an ATV? We can do that. What about a boat? What about an RV? What about a car? What about food? So it'll lead to all those kind of places where the customer should be in control of their freaking product. It's my house. I should be the one that dictates the prices on it, not you, other company that I've been kind of forced to go that way because everybody goes to VRBO. And if I don't, well, it looks like I'm not. And then what happens? He goes, "Then what I do?" He goes, "So once you rent from me once, I make sure that you do not go back to VRBO and then you just rent from me personally. But I have to know you. You have to rent from me at least once." I'm like, "Holy cow." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "So that's what it's like." It's beyond a ripoff, right? Those damn commercials that it makes you sound, it makes it look so good. Well, yeah, for the VRBO, for the Airbnb. Screw the person who's actually owning the house. We don't care. And then you go the other option, right? What about the recourse when you have some person who put on all these pictures and you go to the place and doesn't look anything like it? Anyway, rant and array, we used them so many times and then stopped. All right, everybody. We will meet up again in a handful of weeks. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thanks, everybody. By the way, if you have any questions you want answered outside of here, there's me. Here is my email. Signing off. Bye, everybody. That was fun.